2022. The Islamic Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, ISESCO, has chosen Cairo to be the capital of Islamic culture for the year 2022 for this year. And Cairo reflects many features of human civilization in general, and in specific it reflects civilization of Islamic civilization in particular. To shed more light on this, we have the pleasure to have this phone with Mr. Waleed al-Batouty, former advisor to Tourism Minister. Good morning, Mr. Batouty. Good morning.
Hear me?
Hello?
Hello? Yes, I can hear you very well. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Well, Mr. Batouty, could you give us your insight concerning the importance of choosing Cairo as the capital of Islamic culture for the year 2022?
Well, to be honest with you, I don't think there is any other city in the whole Arab world deserves to have such a title, due to the fact that Cairo, as a city, has witnessed all the Arab civilizations and the capitals of Egypt even, and what Cairo has of all this Islamic and Arab civilization monuments, especially as well that in the past couple of or 3 years, all these monuments have received an unbelievable attention for restoration and working on the infrastructure or the nearby. So this puts Cairo where it really belongs.
Yes, so the restoration and the renovation work also, yes, actually, as you've just mentioned, sir, have took very good care from the state. Also, how does the choice of Cairo as the culture of Islamic, as the capital of Islamic culture for this year reflect the Ministry of Cultural's success in implementing the state's strategy, especially in light of the great importance and care that President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi attaches to preserving the Egyptian cultural heritage on various levels?
Well, when you look at things, first of all, the Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities paying attention to all its monuments, because at the very beginning, people thought that all the attention is only given to the pharaonic civilization, and that was not true. All the attention was given to all the Egyptian civilization, and working on the excuse me, and working on the infrastructure nearby. All the attention that was given to the City of the Dead and the nearby area and the fence, the new fence that they did. This shows that the government itself, the state, as you said, is paying attention to all these things to make it more attractive and to make it more accessible. The most important thing is the accessibility. People in the past they couldn't reach these areas, or they don't know how to get to it, or there was no roads. Plus, you put this on maps. I personally attended the graduation researches of the students of the Faculty of Tourism and Hotel Management, and I found that they had over there in the researches that they were presenting, they divided themselves into 24 groups, and they made routes, Darb al-Ahmar route, Al-Khayamiyya route, things like this. And the project was, how can you put these sites on the map of tourism? And the students have done an amazing job of putting flyers and background and collecting information and put it in a pamphlet. All of this is actually was adopted by the government immediately. The minute they heard of it, the government adopted this ready-made things. In the past, maybe people did not pay attention to such projects and things like this. But the success of those, that they were immediately adopted by the Egyptian government, and I have seen several interviews on television to the professor who was overlooking all of these projects. They had him on TV to come and talk about what can we add and how can we add these routes to the map of tourism, and this is the graduation research of the seniors of the Faculty of Tourism and Hotel Management in Egypt. So my opinion that travel agents should hire immediately the minute they graduate. They should hire those students to implement what they have done, since it was so good and it was done very professionally, that they should hire them immediately right after graduation to implement these projects and add them to the map of tourism of this country.
Yes. Mr. Batouty, the question that comes to the mind: why was Cairo has been chosen to be the capital of Islamic culture for this year, and to what extent does the city or Cairo represent a major meeting point of various civilizations here in Cairo, and an open world heritage museum that displays several ancient and modern monuments from different eras?
To be honest with you, I see this is where Cairo belongs. I don't see it was chosen. This is what it should stay all the time, as historically Cairo witnessed all the events of all the Islamic and Arab world, of all the events and all of this. So this is where we really belong. The idea is we get chosen because now we move the dust, if I may say, from on top of lots of other things. You know, Cairo is so rich. If you just have a tour to visit the Islamic monuments that you have in Cairo, you need at least 6 months to cover them well. Of course, in the past, there was no accessibility to them. In the past, excuse me, in the past, some of them had issues engineering-wise. Some of them were not good for tourists to be able to go there and safety. When you paid attention to all the Egyptian monuments, and that's what I said at the very beginning, the attention was not just paid to the pharaonic, but it was paid for the Coptic, it was paid for the Jewish, it was paid for the Islamic, it was paid for the contemporary. I mean, there was a major and mega revolution in restoring all Egyptian monuments, whatever civilization or whatever it represents.
Yes.
We did not, all our monuments did not receive this much of attention.
Yes. Yes, Mr. Batouty, concerning the restoration work that you've just mentioned and the renovation work that took place recently under the directives of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi in Old Cairo, Cairo, a city of more than 1,400 years old. So how was this restoration work needed a special plan and a special treatment?
Well, as you just mentioned, they did a special agenda, okay? And the restoration was not done haphazard, it was done scientifically. His Excellency President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, when he gives an order of doing something, he gives the order to do it right, okay? It is not done for the show or the propaganda of today, but it's done to last for quite some time, okay? So he personally puts a follow-up. I remember very much when we saw His Excellency, the Prime Minister of Egypt, Dr. Mustafa Madbouli, when he was going back and forth to Luxor, and we saw a few times going on the scuffles on the pillars, thanking the workers and checking all the work was done on the pillars of the temple of Karnak. All of this gives you, if you are on the field, by the way, it gives you a positive vibes that Egypt is going on the right direction, that we needed to do this since so many years. You know, the work that is being done, that's why it immediately put the lights over Cairo, that the things that was done in Cairo and in Egypt in general
Yes.
should have been done 60 years ago.
Yes.
And all of this was done in a very short period of time. That's why it made everything shine, everything in this country and in this capital and this city, it did shine. And as I told you, sometimes people, they say, okay, why are that you are always so proud of the roads? Well, the roads made things accessible. In the past, we couldn't reach, we couldn't go, the buses couldn't go. You have a big bus, the cars couldn't go, there was no parking, there was no cleaning of the areas. Today, they're cleaning the areas, they're finding roads and things like this. So it makes these things accessible and easy to put on the map of tourism, okay, so we can have a day to go and visit so-and-so, and a day we go and visit so-and-so. And, you know, we have so much and very rich heritage and history of Islamic culture.
Yes, Mr. Batouty, could you shed light on the story or the start and the establishment of the capital, Cairo, since 1,400 years ago, and why was it named by that name?
Well, hello?
Yes, Mr. Batouty? Hello? Hello? Well, actually, choosing Cairo to be the capital of Islamic culture has started 2 years ago, but was postponed due to the what the whole world was suffering from, which is the COVID-19. Congratulations, and we hope that Cairo is always and remain the capital of Islamic culture. And actually, Cairo is a unique city in the whole world and one of the world heritages. I thank you very much for following me in this segment. My name is Amal Mukhtar. I leave you with the rest of the segments of the Breakfast Show with my colleague Nadine Abdurrahman.